Hi everyone, it's John here at Music 2000 in Wolverhampton, of course in the UK, and a very first live at 5 for us as we're on two platforms simultaneously. Good evening to everybody on the Facebook page, and of course good evening to everyone following us on our YouTube channel, looking in from, of course, all over the world. And it's live at 5 today features this marvellous pre-owned Yamaha Clavinova CVP-809 digital piano in the highly polished ebony finish. And it's a terrific instrument, a very firm favourite of ours. It's an incredible instrument, as we'll take you through just some of the marvellous features and sounds it has to offer. Let's get down to playing. And of course explain what a CVP actually is if you don't know. CVP, or Clavinova Versatile Piano, is a fusion, if you like, of a digital piano, essentially a piano, along with the features of portable arranger keyboards like styles and more sounds as you'll hear. Let's start off, of course, with the important feature, of course, with any of these is the piano sounds, and there's an abundance of pianos on here. Let's start with the sort of classical, the Bosendorfer Grand, and it's a very nice soft piano, as you'll hear. So here we go. So great sort of concert piano, great for classics and so on. Let's go on to something like the ambient piano. This is a great piano voice if you're like movie scores and so on. Has a little bit of atmosphere to it, and let's show you something like that. Probably a bit of Michael Legrand. Let's show you some lighting, shall we? Let's go into some nice greens. Here we go. So nice, the ambient piano. Great piano with the sort of DSP and the atmospheric sort of reverb and so on. And a lot of the time we've been asked, of course, do these digital pianos also produce sort of organ sounds, particularly classical organ, as more and more now are finding the way into churches and so on, where there's somebody who can play piano, but of course playing hymns and so on for the services. It's got, and again, an abundance of sort of organs, whether it be theatre organ, Hammond organ, but particularly the classical organ ones. There's some fantastic sampled stops, and again you can plug in the optional volume pedal, swell pedal, so you can actually produce the swell of properly like a pipe organ. So sort of the gedacht and so on, the flute. way Payson, the start, nice strong sort of. And then we've got start of the reeds section and so on. And a few more stops, so reeds. And the tutty with all the stops out. Very, very powerful, of course, and DSP. All the reverbs you can change, so if you wanted a bigger church environment, you can dial that in, so we can have lots of reverb, you know. And so on. Okay, so classical organ, it will certainly do. Let's go on to some more of the sort of pianos, and particularly now we'll introduce some styles. As we say, we have an abundance of very good styles, like the Arranger keyboards have. For this first one, I'll pick up the CFX Grand, which is Yamaha's grand piano, and let's pick a piano ballad in the style of like Richard Clayderman, and let's try that. We can have a little introduction, and away we go. There we go, and the rose. There you go, CFX Grand, piano ballad style, great for sort of Richard Clayderman sort of tunes and so on. Let's go to one of the other pianos which Yamaha produced, the C7 Grand, which is very, very great for jazz. Great sort of bright piano, and absolutely brilliant for a bit of jazz, as we'll try. It is a little bit of acoustic jazz this time, and let's just go to the jazz club setting, shall we? Let's have a bit of that one, and how about that? Right, great, bit of jazz club, and away we go. 27, absolutely brilliant for some great jazz sort of combo tunes and so on. Let's look at a different style now completely, and let's have a look at a thing called free play. Some of the styles on here, as with Genos, funny enough, and some of the arranger keyboards use some styles which you may have seen called free play. And these are particularly wonderful in as much as there's no drum track and there's no set rhythm to keep to. They're completely, as they say, you can sort of stretch the time in, more expressive and very effective as well. And again, if you use it in combination with things like the sync stop, you can pause and so on. Let's show you a free play style out of the movie section called Ethereal Movie. This is absolutely marvellous style, and let's have a listen, shall we? And the solo cello, classical cello, features in this one. So away we go, and a little bit of yeah, let's have a little bit of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, shall we? Flugelhorn. Oh, actually the guitar. It's live. Let's change that, shall we? Easy to do. So flugelhorn. Back to the cello. Again, a great ending. And again, you can use the expression pedal to fade out. It's you know, complete control. And let's have a bit of country and western. That's popular with a lot of people. The country side. Let's have a country waltz this time. Let's have something appropriate for that, shall we? Let's have a bit of country. Nice bit of country. Country waltz. Here we go. So a little bit of this one. this time I'll add a bit of harmony, so we can get a proper country sort of piano effect. So a bit of harmony this time. There you go, country waltz in sort of Jim Reeves style. Let's carry on with that, something completely different. It's lovely warm spell of weather, it just makes you think of Spain and so on. So that's where we'll head for our next style, pop flamencos. And I think we need a bit of sunshine on here, don't we? Yeah, let's have a bit of sun, shall we? Let's find some lighting for that one. There we go, that's nice. Bit of Spanish sunshine, and of course the sort of flamenco guitar, which is fantastic, you know. Let's pop it on with a style, flamenco style. Away we go.
Amaya, Amaya fiera, Arsa, niña.
There we go, bit of pop flamenco, and let's move on, and another style this time from to the USA, back to the 60s, and recently of course we've lost Brian Wilson, again a legend in the music world with the Beach Boys, so and of course we've got styles for that genre of music. And this one's called beach rock, and it's a great style for a typical beach and boys number like this. typical Beach Boys type track. James Last, always a favourite with a lot of you out there. James Last. Here's a typical sort of James Last with the choral sounds like this one. This is orchestral 6/8. Very, very good for typical James Last numbers like this one. Great James Last choral sounds there, and let's carry on with the another style, another different, complete style into the chill section, which is great. If you've had a hard week, you can go and dive into this style. Chilly performer, very sort of atmospheric sounds, very, very zen and so on. Ideal for this next number, which is was by Sting. Called Fragile. I mean, Sting, 73 now, marvellous. Hi Sting, if you're watching, if you're looking in, and great for this type of thing. Fragile, and again, let's get some nice mood lighting in, shall we? Let's put those down to there, maybe. Very zen. Here we go. just a great sound. Again, Nylon Heaven there is just, again, with all the DSPs ping-ponging from the delays. It's just a magical big sound. That's what makes the CVP so special. Speaker system is just unreal. It's like a big sound bar just there, so you get just an absolute fantastic sound. And just before we're coming up to quick look at the watch, and we're coming up to the end. And in case you're wondering, if you've sitting there and you're thinking, I'd love to be able to play one of these or even a keyboard, well, why not? Give it a go. You can learn to play. We've got our very own music school just a little bit further along, and you can learn to play both for adults and children. So if you're, again, an adult, yeah, why not have a go? And it's on the website there, or the telephone number is, of course, 01902 563 504, or have a look at the website www.m2kmusicschool.co.uk. Sign up, have a go, and never too late to begin and play and enjoy these instruments, which such as we've got here. And so, almost at the end, just time for one more thing. I'm just going to churn these over to sound, I think. There we go. And next up, we're going to round off with a little bit of Sir Tom Jones for our last one, and something a bit more up-tempo to finish. So hope you've enjoyed this live at 5. Again, we've got this available if you want to part exchange your current instrument, whether it be a Tyros or a Ranger keyboard, or even an older digital piano, older CVP or so on. Contact us, give us a ring, send us an email or a message, and yeah, we can work out a deal using your current instrument and upgrade to this magnificent instrument. So I'm going to leave you with a little bit of Sir Tom Jones. Look forward to seeing you again very soon, and if not, pop into the store, and always good to see you. So here we go, last bit, and here's Sir Tom, and help yourself like this.